I, 28 female, have a pre-tween daughter with my ex-husband Liam, 44. Liam has been dating a woman, Ellen, 33 female, for 6 months. She's already moved in with him and has been trying to take on the role as the second mom, not stepmom, second mom. She insists my daughter calls her mom when they are together, which my daughter is uncomfortable with. Ellen usually is the one who drops my daughter off, as Liam works 2 jobs. I don't particularly appreciate that Ellen is the one that drops my daughter off, because if I need to speak to Liam about something about our daughter, then she always has to give her input. Medically, school, having extra time together on either side, etc. I've let Ellen and Liam know that she has no input on what goes on with our daughter, but they both brushed it off. The issue happened last Friday when we were doing our switch, and I went to the spot we usually meet to pick up our daughter. I waited for about 4 hours and then called Liam asking where Ellen was and if she got lost. The conversation went like this. Me? Liam, where's Ellen? I've been waiting for hours and she's still not here. Did she get lost? Liam. What do you mean? I thought she told you she wanted to extend our time together. Me? No, I never got a call or text about that. Can you put daughter on the phone? Liam. She's with Ellen visiting family in completely different state. At this point, I lost it on him. 1, for not even being with our daughter, and 2, for not checking with me to ensure I knew about this. I told him to call Ellen and tell her to bring her back, and from now on, Ellen is never allowed to be around my daughter. Liam said I was overreacting and that it would mean he would have to quit his second job. He's completely fine with just one job, his main job pays 6 figures. I told him too bad and called Ellen, telling her if she didn't bring my daughter back right now, that I would call the cops. She just said fine, way to ruin the fun, and how she wanted my daughter to meet her family because they will be my daughter's family soon. She apparently didn't even make it to her family's house because 2 hours later she pulled into our meeting spot. I didn't say a word to her, took my daughter, and haven't spoken to Liam unless it's strictly about our daughter. I've asked my family about this and the majority said that it was wrong to yell at Ellen as she just wanted to bond with my daughter, and I should be glad she's not an evil person. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Go back to court and get it in writing that someone can't just take your daughter to another state without the parent. She also needs to stop telling your daughter to call her mom. If needed, take your daughter to a therapist to testify that it's detrimental to your daughter, especially if she doesn't want her to call her dad's girlfriend mom. They aren't even married. Agree. Also, he's only been dating her 6 months. She should still have limited contact with your daughter and definitely not have any decision-making authority. You also need to point out to the judge that your ex isn't spending his parenting time with his daughter, but leaves her with his new babysitter. OP, you are not the crazy ex, you are this girl's mother. New chickie is way too comfortable. She's known your kid for 6 months and takes her out of state to see relatives, to make them think she's going to be a mommy soon. That is so creepy. I would blow a gasket. She's pushing boundaries your daughter is not comfortable with. I hope your daughter has a cell phone so she can call you the next time she's being driven anywhere besides your home. This total stranger is parenting your kid. Second mom? Way out of line. My fiancé's mom hates me. She's been nothing short of the mother-in-law from the bad place, and she has his ex on a pedestal. My fiancé and I have the same wedding date as his ex, which is kind of crazy. Still, anyone planning a wedding right now knows how hectic everything is due to so many weddings being postponed during the global issue, and getting any date, let alone a perfect date, is hard. I've always known that she preferred the ex and wanted him to marry her. This used to bother me, and we even tried to get her to cut contact, but that blew up spectacularly and there was a huge fight. His ex works for mother-in-law as a hair and makeup artist, somewhat of an assistant, and they're still very close. Mother-in-law recently sat us down and said she could only come to our ceremony and then leave to make it to his ex's ceremony. She said she didn't want to fight about it as she had thought long and hard and it felt right to her as his ex has no family. Of course, we were both furious, and the more I stewed on it, the angrier I was for my fiancé. I let mother-in-law know that we wouldn't try to change her mind, but something needs to be clear. We will never do a thing for her. She is losing her right to be considered immediate family, and she needs to plan accordingly. There will be no care when she's elderly, no financial help, and she will never ever live with us. Mother-in-law became furious. She said I was manipulative, which was insulting as she's never asked anyone for money. She's thrived career-wise, and she said I'm insulting her career. I said I know she's done very well, but anything can happen. Mother-in-law said it was unforgivably insulting as she's been financially independent since she was a teen, and now she isn't talking to us. The whole family is taking her side and saying it was a weird threat. I don't think she will need our money, but I just wanted my point to be clear. There will be no help when she is old. So, am I the idiot? Edit. Mother-in-law brings the ex around us when it makes us uncomfortable, makes fun of me, tells my fiancé I'm not good enough, and cries to people when she can't see her son without seeing me. So she now dreads seeing her own child. Not the idiot. Sure, family is family, but she's choosing her son's ex over her son. That is insane, and I wouldn't help her or consider her family. The ex-girlfriend can take care of her. Go no contact with her, it's obvious where her priorities are, which isn't her son. OP won't let her partner see his mother without her, and then unilaterally decides to tell someone else's mother that she'll be abandoned in old age. There's way more going on here, and this whole thing screams a controlling partner who is isolating her partner from family. There's no talk of what her partner wants, just what she wants. I'm not saying mother-in-law is right for the ex thing, but this response is insane. You are the idiot. I'd say it sounds like she's come to see this girl as a daughter, which makes her not wanting to be alone on her wedding day despite the bad timing understandable. Of course, you're allowed to be uncomfortable or disappointed about that, but you don't get to issue threats on your fiancé's behalf. And it was a weird threat, given that I can't see a universe in which you'd willingly give her significant support or let her live with you anyway. Not the idiot. Usually I agree with the majority, but I'm super confused that people are calling you the idiot. Your threat and delivery were awkward for sure, but I completely understand the sentiment behind them. This isn't choosing between two friends or extended family members that happen to have weddings on the same day. This is her son, and she's choosing to attend someone else's wedding. I cannot understand how anyone thinks that's okay and why people are trying so hard to find a reason that she hates you enough to justify it. She's made clear that she's not close to the two of you, and that's her choice, but it's absolutely your choice to proceed accordingly. My husband Mike, 37, is the eldest in his family. He's pretty close with his sister Beth, 28, and they spend almost all week together. Beth had issues with her father growing up. She went no contact with him after he took her first car and damaged it. She only remained in contact with Mike since everyone else judged her for going no contact. She's getting married to her fiancé of 3 years. From what I understand, she and her dad are slowly getting reconciled, but she clearly wants him to take no part in the wedding. So she asked Mike if he could walk her down the aisle, and he agreed. I have to say that I was taken aback, and it felt a bit odd for me because her dad is alive. They're on speaking terms again, he's going to be there at the wedding, so the logical thing to do is have him walk her down the aisle. This role isn't for her older brother, but for her father. Not to mention how father-in-law will feel about it. I brought this up with Beth. She had an attitude and implied that I was just saying this and objecting because of how I felt about the situation, not how our tradition should be practiced. We got into an argument and I went home. Mike thinks I'm being unreasonable and possibly causing him to miss something so sentimental, and that, if anything, he feels honoured to be asked to do this for her, and he said that I should stop worrying about what others might say. Now we're having this conflict, 3 of us, and cannot seem to reach a solution. You are the idiot. There was no conflict except for your unwanted opinion. OP, during your entire typing and proofing of this post, did you not see that you've butted into someone else's affairs? Was there no glimmer of, Beth should be able to choose whomever she wants, or Mike and Beth know this situation best? I'm more concerned that this isn't the first time you've done this, argued a point rather than listen to the other side, and if I were you, I'd apologise and offer your non-judgmental support. However, if I were Mike, I'd be second-guessing my marriage. There are 3 places you can always stay for free. In your lane, out of other people's business, over there with your nonsense. Why do you honestly care who she wants to walk her down the aisle? Do you have a problem with his sister? Because she's jealous, insecure, and entitled. She says the 3 of us like she gets a say. She has no stake in this discussion. It's not her family, her marriage, or her history. Just this bizarre, nosy entitlement. I, 28 female, have a boyfriend, 28, and he has an 18-year-old sister. I also have a 26-year-old co-worker with whom I've been working for nearly 9 months, but about 4 months ago, I got my sister-in-law a job at our office. She and my co-worker hit it off well, and they both had nothing but wonderful things to say about each other. I thought it was really nice to see how well they were getting along, but then a week ago, when we were all leaving for the day, I went over to ask if she wanted to come over to my place for dinner. First, however, I saw my co-worker walking her to her car, and then they kissed before she got in. I felt betrayed and disgusted by my co-worker, and disappointed and worried about my boyfriend's sister. I've known her since she was a kid, and she's essentially become my younger sister too, so I was extremely unhappy about it. An age gap like that at her age is just completely inappropriate. So therefore I told my boyfriend and his parents. They were also disgusted, and then her parents made her quit the job and told her never to talk to him again. She yelled at me the day after and told me it was none of my business and that she's always been fearful of men, but she felt safe around him and he treated her better than any man ever has in her life. I tried to tell her it was for her protection, but she didn't accept it and told me to screw off and stay the heck out of her life. Then yesterday at work, my co-worker came up to me and calmly and softly told me that she's actually on the autism spectrum and that forming a connection with other people is extremely hard for him. He had never felt a connection like the one he had with her, and he always wanted to treat a girl the way he was treating her, and wanted to give a girl all the love he had in his heart, and he'd never felt happier than he was with her. Then he told me that he wouldn't be able to see her every day anymore, and he'll be lucky if he saw her once a month, and her family would never be on good terms with him because now they view him as some kind of creep. Then he said he just wanted to say that and left, and I heard him start crying as he left. I think an age gap like that at 18 is pretty black and white, and it's just inappropriate and almost creepy, so I think my actions were justified. However, I've been thinking about it a lot, and they're both so upset with me now that it's making me wonder if I'm in the wrong. I don't know. Am I the idiot? Autistic adults are not children. Unfortunately, the fact they've been infantilized for so long in so many venues means that now we have to deal with this kind of mess. You're not the idiot. He's 26, she's 18. She's obviously not at the same stage of her life as he is, and it's not a safe situation for her to be in. She's going to hate your guts for the foreseeable future. That doesn't make you an idiot. Absolutely agree. Your co-worker is using his autism as an excuse to date teenagers. His disability doesn't get him out of not understanding why the gap is inappropriate, and you're never in the wrong for telling her parents. You are the idiot. Geez, this is none of your business. Both parties are adults. Additionally, I'm surprised sister-in-law listened to her parents making her quit her job. I would expect sister-in-law to go no contact with the entire family, especially you, for so flagrantly interfering in her love life without even trying to talk to her about it first. She's an adult. People betray their biases that adult women can't be trusted to make their own decisions. Also, this dude hardly sounds like a creep. Are you sure you don't have any lingering issues with men that you may be projecting? Opie's concern did not control the actions her family took. She's 18. If she really wanted to make things work with this guy, she had every right to move out and continue working there and seeing him. Instead, all OP did was bring up her relationship with her family. The fact that she was hiding it makes me believe even more that she could have been hurt. She'll realize when she's 26 and can't imagine dating an 18-year-old why that gap is so wrong. Several years ago, I decided to limit my sugar intake. I mainly wanted to lose weight, I'm obese, and have 2 family members with type 2 diabetes, so I don't eat any sweets, cookies, sweet pastries, cakes, etc. Unfortunately, in the time I've been doing this, I haven't lost any weight. Last weekend, my mother-in-law baked me a cake for my birthday. She knew that I didn't eat things like this before baking the cake. I've consistently refused all sweets from her for the past several years. I thanked her but told her I don't eat cakes. She said she knew, but it was my birthday and I could make an exception on my birthday. 1 slice of cake won't make any difference. It won't break my diet. Then my sister-in-law and father-in-law started pressuring me into eating cake too. They cut a slice for me and put it in front of me. Meanwhile, I kept saying no thank you. When they finally stopped, my mother-in-law looked very hurt. She spent hours making that cake, remembering what I used to like in the past and making my favourite flavour. Now I'm here wondering whether I'm an idiot. They're right. 1 slice of cake won't make any difference, especially since I haven't lost any weight since limiting my sugar intake. Mother-in-law made that cake for me, and I refused to taste it. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. My mother-in-law gifted me handmade butter and a pot of rosemary for my birthday for my future steak cooking because she knows I'm on keto, meaning no flour or sugar for me. That's an example of a considerate gift, not the cake your mother-in-law made, even if she made it with the best of intentions. Making a cake for you wasn't an expression of affection, it was a "this is how it will be done" dominance display. If she wanted to show affection through food, mother-in-law could have made any other food, e.g. your favorite dinner. I'm betting other in-laws also have a lot of meaningless things to say about your lifestyle change. Keep your chin up, OP, you're in the right. Yeah, this is some control game she's playing with you. Of course you're not obligated to change your eating habits for her, particularly on your own birthday. Trying to guilt-trip you because she spent hours for you is a ridiculous claim. It's not for you if she knows you don't want it. Good for you for standing up for yourself.